I have my microphone muted. Welcome to the show, everybody. It looks like I'm kicking off this episode by myself. I don't know where the rest of the cast members are. Oh, there go Tina. She always managed to pop right in right when after the intro video.
Oh, hey y'all. Your link
Oh, I
wasn't
can't hear
working. I
anything
actually
now.
can't hear nothing.
I gotta change my settings, y'all. Y'all just work with me. It's supposed to be on speakerphone, but for some reason it's not doing.
Lord have mercy.
Okay, Merry
Does it
Christmas.
say Lord? You know what? I'm not gonna deal with you. Now when I was trying
Okay.
to
No,
when I was trying to click on the link, when I was trying to click on the link to get into the podcast show, 5 times by the way.
I'm here working on my sound. Just get go ahead, entertain the people.
Took me 5 times to get in, and then I was like, well you changed now it doesn't say Lord in front of your name. I was gonna raise all types of hell. I'm tired of y'all. You know what? You lucky I'm driving. Why I can't hear you? Lord, y'all. He don't know what he doing today. He needs a vacation. He needs some time off. He needs some medication. All of the above because I can't hear nothing. Oh, I can hear you now. I was talking
I
about you
do need
while
a
you was muted.
vacation.
This don't make no
So
sense.
my because the camera on my phone is better, so I'm top and computer. But the phone is better. The camera is better on the phone, so just why I use the phone. But for some reason the phone randomly connected to my Bluetooth earbud, so that's why I couldn't hear anything.
Oh, I'm glad you figured it out.
Yeah. But yeah,
Mm,
we're here. We're here. I'm here. I was just
okay,
about to fuss
okay.
about you old people being late.
Well, I got stuff to do, and I'm not old.
Nobody
By the
told y'all to
way,
have stuff to do. Nobody told y'all to have a life outside this show.
how dare you? This is for the pre-99.
Speaking of y'all, so we are now officially got invited because thanks to y'all listening to the audio version of the podcast, and just to let y'all know, I think I just put up close to 17, close to seven, not 17. About 12 episodes of the audio version of the podcast has dropped, and the way how you guys been streaming them episodes, thank y'all so much for that. So Anchor, who's a part of Spotify, who's basically Spotify's like our head person, they have invited us to do a subscription only service where you guys will pay a subscription fee, is will get access to exclusive content. What would that content be? We don't know. We're still discussing what that's going to be. So hopefully, sometime next season, we'll have all that figured out for y'all and what the exclusive content gonna be for the subscribers.
But let us know what y'all want us to talk about. What would you
Yeah,
like to hear?
yeah. Let us know. I'm gonna put a question thing at the bottom when this audio version of this drops. So those of you who stream it, y'all know because it'll only be available. So the exclusive content will only be available in streaming only. It won't be in a video form. It's only audio version only. The exclusive content. So there is a lot of topics to cover tonight.
Say
Oh, we
that
got something
So
again.
going on.
yeah,
Say that again.
Peter, what are you talking about?
Say that
I
again.
want to
It's a
know what he
lot of
means.
topics. It's a lot of topics. You ain't even lying.
Yeah, it's a lot of topics we're going to be talking about tonight, but we're going to get started on current events. I feel like we haven't used that in a while, so I figure, why not
Okay.
use it? So the hot topics locally, and which is called part of the current events portion of the show. is recently there was a mailman killed, a USPS postal service worker who was killed on the job. He was shot and killed. This postal worker actually used to deliver mail in my neighborhood before he got moved to a different route. So I was very familiar with this person. Used to talk to him when he was on the route. He did talk a lot because he talked to everybody. He was very friendly. So why would somebody want to do this is very questionable. Work where I work at, one of the topics was going around was this that his a gang initiation. So he was basically somebody was told to basically go murder him to get initiated into the gang. Is was one of the topics some people were thinking, well, what is the reason why he was killed. And some people were saying because they wanted his keys. If you're not familiar, U.S. Postal Service workers have access to, like, they go to, if they deliver to apartment buildings, they have keys to all the mailboxes. So somebody was saying they did it for the keys and all that kind of stuff. So what are you guys, what is your theory on this and on this take?
It sounds more like a gang initiation to me.
That's what I was thinking too.
Because I'm like, what? I can see like back in the day when people used to get paper checks and stuff like that. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Um, but it's not like who. I mean, no, Eh, just weird, right? So and then like
It
you
was
said,
weird
he's a
and
friendly
random.
guy.
Well, not speaking bad about the gentleman, because my daughter knew him very well too, because he used to come into their daycare, and the kids them loved him.
Mm-hmm.
But we never really know what's really going on, because I mean everybody's doing their own thing. So at this point, I mean, I'm not speaking negative about him or anything, but who really knows? It's just too much out there that he say, they say, we say stuff. I mean, he could have been a all right, friendly guy. I mean, and just caught up into some weird stuff. Who knows? I mean, crap do happen, or you didn't want to do what one person wanted you to do, or who knows? Could have been having a side affair. We never know. But I I don't go with the gang initiation thing really, because I mean, yeah, people do stupid stuff to get into a gang, but mm, I kind of, it could be, but I kind of wing that off far as being one of the theories. It has to be more to it than just that, because why would they just target a certain mailman, which it does happen, but it's just, I don't know, it's just too much out there right now to really speculate.
Well, what did he do in the community? So he was a pastor, right? He did something within the church, correct?
Yeah, he was well known in the church, yes.
And he, it seems like he was a pretty popular person.
Which makes all the more reason, like, well, if you know he's a popular person, why not?
How long had he been being a mail carrier? For a while.
Yeah, so he's been going off my route since before the, or now, well, 3 years past the pandemic. A mail carrier for a while now.
And he was over there at the Hampton station now, right?
I think so.
I mean, I guess so. I'm looking at his keys were missing. I mean, that's just weird to me. So the van wasn't gone or anything like that.
The van wasn't gone. I think that the van wasn't really tampered with. It don't look like anything was taken from the van. He was just killed and his keys is missing.
Weird, right? Just kind of how my friend got her car stolen, but they didn't take anything but the plates and the house key.
Mm-hmm.
And they left the car right after they took it. But they robbed her. They didn't take her Gucci purse. They didn't take none of her money, credit cards, her wedding, her engagement ring, the diamonds out her ear, no nothing. They just took the car, took the plates off, and took her house key. Right? So it's just weird. And it was
Hmm.
some little young teenage punk that did that. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah.
don't know. That's a good question. I would like to. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be something that's gonna be in the news. I'm pretty sure they're gonna find somebody to charge. You know what I'm
Yeah, from
saying?
what I heard, they found a vehicle that had to do with somebody who was involved with the murder.
That was
So
a
they
It
found the
wasn't had.
Audi.
Yeah.
Grand
Okay.
Toaster. Grand Toaster that was on. That was like
Somewhere around there,
Okay.
yeah.
yeah, that was 80 something Grand Toaster. I remember the era very well.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a weird thing, and it's a sad, really a sad thing. But I mean, we really don't know until the balls really hit the table and
So how
somebody
so how,
confesses to
so
it.
how did they know that that car was involved? Like,
I don't know.
And then again, they said when they posted that Montreal, they said I was hearing people on Facebook and other pages saying they said a Q5 and that was a Q4 or something like that or whatever have you. Somebody that really knows them Audis or whatever have you. It was like, well, that's a Q4. That's not a Q5. I mean, yeah, maybe they got the name the make mixed up, but it was still silver, I guess, silver or gray or whatever.
Right. I have no idea. But
It, it's world went to the dog.
yeah. Thoughts and prayers are with the Millman's family, and who hopefully we get justice for this one, because with the crime that's been going on lately, and who Lord have mercy. Um so to get things going, to keep things going, so I saw a news story, and they said inflation has fell by to 7.1%. I don't really know before that. Have any of you noticed any type of decrease in inflation? Because the only thing I noticed was the gas is now a little bit cheaper, but I feel like even before the pandemic or whatever, gas wasn't really that expensive. Gas didn't really get expensive to the last couple of months or whatever. So it's like they tried to use gas as a reason that inflation is going down, but I haven't seen inflation. I haven't seen inflation go down. To me, I haven't noticed anything. I haven't no has noticed no difference in prices. If anything, prices are still going up.
But yeah, I
So I
agree.
don't know what they seeing when it comes to inflation decreasing.
I mean, anytime when they asking 20, this young lady told me the day that I worked with here that she went to go get her first car, and the percentage rate is like at 20%,
For
and
you
I'm
talking about
like,
for like the interest?
yeah,
Yeah.
and that's like, that is crazy. Well, my ex just called me. She had to get her another car because my daughter hit a deer and totaled out her 2020 some kind of truck. But hell, for the same truck that she had, she went back to purchase well, one of the same ones, just a different color. And they told her she was paying 400 or something for the payments. They told her payments would be 900 for the same damn vehicle, same year, same bells
Mhm.
and whistles. Yes.
Mm-mm.
And now she's in a Nissan Altima 2020 or something. But it's like, wow. She said, yeah, my payments would have doubled. They told me my payments be $890.
well, now what happened?
That's
But
crazy. He was talking about
my
how the insurance rates. I mean, not the insurance. Well, I'm gonna talk about that too. How the APR, whatever, the what's the
yeah,
word I'm trying to think of?
The interest rate.
Yes, there we go. How the interest rates are so expensive on car loans now
Yep, that's
due
why I
to
didn't do one.
inflation. Yeah,
That's why I didn't do one. Yep. Just like housing, right? The
housing has
interest
gone.
interest rates went up on housing.
Everything has gone up, but they keep on saying that there's a decrease. They're saying they saw this major decrease in inflation, and I'm like, if it was a decrease, it didn't benefit none of the middle class or lower class people that decreased because once again, I went to the grocery store and like I said, I spent $80 and I only had one bag of groceries, and that was just some lunch meat and sausage and bottled water. And it was $80. So I don't know what decrease that what they are seeing.
Well, maybe they just
Maybe they seeing a decrease in like, so they probably looking more at so the price of milk really hasn't went up. Honestly, um they might be looking at like unemployment rates, you know what I'm saying, like things like that probably. Um just looking at how people are getting back to work. So they look at it as they have to give less assistance, you know, less food stamps, less, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So they probably like viewing those rates, but it's doesn't make it easier for us. I'm saying
Right.
we still struggling, but they might look at it like, oh well, they don't need assistance, so inflation is getting better, but it's not. We just broke.
I don't look
Right.
at it that way. I look at it as bodies on top of bodies. They people crashing, killing each other. So it ain't really the employment going down. It's just the body counts going down. Less people for that have to worry about. Well, and yeah, that is making jobs more va- um, available because these people ain't coming back. So somebody else got to fill the position. So it's I don't know. It's just a mad man.
I
And,
mean, it used to be once upon a time it was really hard to get a job. Now it ain't. Like you can get a job. Like when I was younger, it was really competitive. Now they just hire you. You ain't even really gotta had the qualifications or prior experience in this position like that no more. Like they really want to get you in. Oh, we'll train you, know what I'm saying? And then it's just a lot of people that be like, huh, I don't really have to work. You know what I'm saying? So it
mm-hmm.
you know,
Well, back in my generation, you used to be able to tell a job "fuck you" and walk across the street and get hired. I know y'all in between or whatever. I'm dead serious because I used
No,
to do
I've
it.
heard some stories before.
I, I I used to have to do it to keep from whooping some ass or something. But yeah, I tell you in a minute. What you say, man? Fuck you. I'm out of here and walk right
Right.
across the street. I mean, I have walked across the street and got another job, but it just, I mean, the man, I don't even know how to call it nowadays because the world is just fucked up.
it's
It's
upside
true.
down.
And it's crazy because I feel like the stuff that we come on here and we talk about and how crazy things are for us here in America. And it'd be like I listen to podcasts that's like similar to ours, but like outside of the US, they don't have these kind of problems that we have. And it's like, why isn't our government or whoever, or why aren't us our people ourselves and are smart enough the problem?
Problem solved.
Because people just don't, people are not, it's very few people that are truly in politics for the people.
Yeah,
I feel
true.
like that's what the problem is. They for at least public health, social determinants of health, things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? They don't really
Right.
look at that type of stuff. They get these people who are sponsors or sponsors their campaign, and they want to see certain things happen. So you know they talk a good game. They get in office. They don't really do anything but please the people who sponsored their campaign. In my
Say that
eyes, I
again.
feel.
That
Say
I
that
was just ready to say it's these big companies who say, like, you know what, I need a bill to be passed in Congress that could benefit my company. So what I'm gonna do is I'm ready to sponsor and pay for a campaign of a congressman for them to get in office and they can get a bill passed that can benefit my company.
Thank you.
Whether it's tax cuts and tax breaks, or for me to be able, or if it's an oil company typhoon, for me to be able to dump waste somewhere legally without being penalized and all this other kind of stuff like that does happen. I
All
agree.
of it.
That's the reason why our government is fucked up.
It's just we just got dirty government. I mean, it's supposed to be a rich. The U.S. supposed to be the richest, well, one of the richest or the richest place that there is on earth or whatever. How you shit?
Hmm.
Who are you taking care of? The rich.
Right.
So the people that we vote in office, 9 times out of 10, if we want something to pass, Hell, the rich people is overvoting us, well, or not overvoting us, not agreeing with it, so it makes it harder and harder.
Right. Um, insurance companies. I feel like there should be some type of law or a bill passed. Like there was something passed for, these gas and oils companies doing price gouging. I feel like the same thing should go for insurance company. There needs to be something done for even when it comes to healthcare or car insurance, home insurance. Something needs to be done. I just got a letter from my insurance company today. Mind you, I had no tickets, no parking tickets, no speeding ticket, no accident, no nothing for them to do this. My insurance they're increasing my insurance from 207 to $255 a month for one vehicle.
Yeah.
Is it a lot of
Now,
kids stolen in your area?
hell, I don't even drive a damn Kia. Well, I ain't no
Don't
rich.
matter. That ain't what I said. They look at where you live at. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? One of the
They just
determining factors.
going up on everybody's. I mean, it's not just insurance. Is prime example. It's like your assessment of your house. 1 year, mine's went up 10 grand. I mean, yeah. As far as repairs, certain repairs go, I probably stuck it in there. But far as anything else, you can't just tell me that my house now all of a sudden my house assess another 10 grand, and it's going to cost me more to have it or whatever have you. Then my payments, which don't supposed to jump up, winds up going up some or whatever have you.
Mhm.
And it's like, what the? Everything is just a gimmick. We never own nothing. And the whole 9 yards. I mean, yeah, we could pay stuff off, but we still never own. That's just like with us owning these houses. We don't pay the taxes on it after it's paid off. They can snatch it up from us. So when we drive around in our cars, we have to turn around and pay for plates and stickers and shit like that or whatever have you. Everything is a gimmick.
Yeah, I
So
totally agree.
my insurance done went up a couple of times, and it's like uh I'm
Child,
calling it like, what the hell? Remember
y'all
when I was
got
driving around with that thing in the car I told you about, Antoine?
Mhm.
And then they said, well, you drive around with this on there, and I tried my best to keep the speed down, but I still passed it. But it's like you got to drive around for 4 or 5 months with this monitor in the fucking car or whatever have you, and then they give you a happy face or a smiley face, or you went too far over the speed limit. Like the fuck, I need you to let me know that. I
Mhm.
mean, this is how you guys are getting paid, me making it to work on time. But everything's got, I don't know, got something to do with money.
Yeah, that is true. Like I said, like I said, I had the app turned on my phone, and I think I did it for 6 months. Tina even knows that it's been a couple of times where it's taking me too long to get somewhere because of that damn app on my phone. So I did it like I was
mm-hmm.
supposed to, and I did when I was like when my renewal came around for my car insurance, I was expecting for it to go down. My car insurance went up still. And they're like, oh, well, this
Correct.
supposed to give you discounts and all this kind of stuff. I ain't getting not one discount, and my car insurance still went up. So I'm gonna get to the point now. I was like, I'm tired of having to shop for insurance every 6 months. You got to shop for damn car insurance. I'm getting sick of this shit. Like it's ridiculous. Like and then it is crazy because the ones who are being responsible, getting car insurance, and paying for their car insurance, we paying these high car insurance rates for people who basically drive around crashing cars and don't have car insurance.
Yeah,
And we are being penalized for them being reckless. Like it's some bullshit. And mostly teenage generation fault. Be trying to be out here acting
No,
like
the
they
hell it
driving.
ain't.
And
They
I,
ain't got nothing to do with me.
I hate seeing them 40 and 50-year-olds weaving through traffic like they like they 20 some years old. Like get you go sit your ass down somewhere, grandpa. And speaking of how do I'm trying to figure out how to put this in a nice way. I don't know how to put this in a nice way. But people who know this face, you see this face right here? And I'm pretty sure y'all seen this face like this in your rear view mirror because I don't understand why the people drive so damn slow in the parking structure at work us did criminal speeds to get to work on time, and then here your ass go. I don't made it with this much of time left to get to the place and clock in, and you want to drive 3 miles an hour in a damn park. Get the hell out the way. And then old man Theta and Shrek was laughing at me the other day because they heard me blowing my horn driving through the parking structure at people because they was moving so damn slow. They get the hell out the damn way when people trying to get to a place and park and stuff. Hell, so they don't have to be late and stuff. And you want to drive like Myrtle. Just you get the hell out the way. Hell, working on my damn nerves. I was pissed off.
You leave my partner out of this.
Oh, big body. Okay, we don't
No,
leave big
I
body.
ain't talking about big body. I'm talking
Who?
about James.
Oh, I wasn't even talking about. So I don't encounter him in the morning. It be when I be leaving work is when I encounter him driving slow. So I always try to beat him out the parking structure just so I don't have to be behind him driving.
Well, it could be worse. You could have Brody.
Well, if Brody
Brody,
actually drove to and from work, everybody would be dead because he'd be running everybody off the road.
Brody will get out and whoop your ass in the process, motherfucker. What you blowing at me for?
Brody Wood, I ain't gonna lie, he is hilarious. Oh my goodness.
Hey, and
Um,
not to get off the topic, but I mean this just been heavy on my heart too, along with the postal driver. And I don't know if you was gonna make this part of it tonight too, but that young lady that drove her and her baby into that lake, that little river, that over there by Northridge.
so I had heard about it because I don't watch TV, y'all. So I hear some of this stuff. I hear about it either when I'm online searching for stuff or word of mouth. So I didn't hear too much about it when the first story first broke. All I heard was that they had found the body of a woman and a child in a car in a lake or something like that, and that was it. Anything past that, I have no idea what happened after that.
Well, I'm gonna ask people that's listening, please, 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 if you have anybody in your
Oh,
family
this stuff is still
that
setting up.
that's kind of uh um um seem like they got some kind of mental issues going on, because that's one of the parts too. The police was pre-warned about this, that the young lady was talking about driving into a lake or something or whatever have you with her and her baby, and nobody put out no kind of alert or
Mhm.
nothing, and then she winds up doing it or whatever have you. I feel like this: if you have any family members, friends, even freaking enemies that uh, uh seem like they're going through a real tough time or whatever have you, I feel like they should, you should try to talk to them, try to be there for them, try to discourage them from what they could do, because we never know what's going on in people's minds. But kind of like me and you, Montreal, when we're at work or whatever have you. I mean, some of them people, and a lot of them, tell me they when I come around or whatever have you. Now, how you doing? I'm blessed. We get into a short conversation, and they can be telling me their problem. They be like, "Oh, well, thank you for stopping and just listening or whatever have you." I mean, a little chat could go a long ways. It just depends on the
Mhm.
individual that's digesting it or whatever have you. But if y'all do know anybody or see anybody out there, it could be a total stranger or whatever have you. I mean, say a kind word or something. I mean, that could make a difference.
I feel like if you see somebody in a mental health crisis or showing some signs of it, speak up. I mean, you don't. Sometimes that one moment of you taking 3 minutes out your day to speak up about it, or just saying, "Hey, man, how's your day?" can stop somebody from going off and doing something that they can't. They're not going to be able to regret because they no longer here with us.
Right.
So just yeah, don't be scared to say something. Like if I'm walking around at work, I can automatically walk up and tell, like, yeah, something wrong. Like, what's up? What's going on? Like, why? What's going on? Oh, ain't nothing wrong. Like, no, I can tell something wrong. What's up? Like, you don't be scared to. Cause some people, and sometimes they just be stressed, and they just need to get that stress off their system and talk about it. So don't be scared to talk to people,
Right. Right.
unless
I
they a
mean,
pussy ass nigga, which I might talk about on exclusive content if you y'all subscribe to that.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Speak up because I mean, a life is a life or whatever have you. I mean, granted, I go through a lot of shit and have been through a lot of shit and still going through. But I mean, kind words and then some of the time having an ear there to listen to you vent is a plus or whatever have you. That could make a difference in people or whatever have you. But we just gotta do better. Do better.
Mhm. Um, President Biden signed a bill today. And this bill was to protect same sex marriage and interracial marriages. Now, I see why they needed a bill to protect same sex marriage, whatever, fine, I get it. But why is there a bill? Why did a bill have to be passed to protect interracial marriages between, even if it's between male and a female, whatever it is? Why are we even still having this conversation about interracial marriages? Why do we have to make a bill for it to be legal in
Because of
2022?
racism. Because
And it's
racism.
crazy that, yeah, you're right. It's because of racism, but it's like, why? It's like people of interracial marriage, people who are of interracial, but of two different cultures or races, whatever you want to call it, have been getting married for decades. And all of a sudden in 2022, it's a problem, and now we're gonna put an end to interracial marriage, and I feel like this is the reason why this bill had to be passed was because, like, old man theater said, racism, white supremacy. So they feel like, their kind is being wiped out by, you know their kind mixing with other races, and now our we're starting to die out. And I feel they're like, well, we need to put an end to this or figure out how to get. So they're like, oh yeah, we're going to bring it. We're going to make interracial marriage illegal. We're going to take it to the Supreme Court and make it illegal, and then it ended up failing.
Yeah, but I mean, still in all, them trying to do something like that, it's still whether they get married or not, it's still gonna be mixed kids out here. So what you gonna do about that?
They ain't nothing they can do about
You,
it.
you know,
Because even if they, like you said, even if they not married, they still gonna go mate with. If this white woman want to decide she gonna go meet with a Mandingo, she gonna do it.
right, right.
And ain't nothing you can do about it. I mean, hell, these that even back in the day during the slavery time, these slave masters and the people who worked for the slave master was out there fucking slaves and having babies with them. So it's like, what's the difference? You still gonna have them mixed babies.
Yeah.
But it's them yellow babies y'all gotta watch out for, cause them yellow babies when they grow up, them yellow kids, ooh, they feel so entitled, and
You
they they
leave my
they
buddy out of this.
they need
Leave
their
my
asses
buddy out
whooped.
of this.
There's something wrong with them yellow babies when they get older. I'm telling you, something
You
needs to
got
be
one.
done.
Leave him alone. Leave him
Like,
alone. You got
I
one.
feel them yellow babies should spend like an extra year in high school or something. I don't know.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. He ain't on here to defend himself. Leave him alone. You ain't gonna be talking about my buddy like that. You ain't gonna be messing with my buddy like that.
How much time we at? Okay. Uh, is cryptocurrency still a thing? I don't know. I don't hear people talk about cryptocurrency anymore. I don't even know why it was a thing. I feel like cryptocurrency was a thing that came and went. Recently, I don't remember the guy's name, but his company was like a cryptocurrency company. They were like a banking institute or something like that. They filed for bankruptcy last month, and there was a whole investigation going on. So the person who was like in charge or the owner of this bank or whatever was arrested in the Bahamas and now back in the U.S. facing charges. I don't know why cryptocurrency is still a thing.
Cryptocurrency is supposed to be a universal type of money.
Hmm.
That's what it was supposed to be, which is a good
Oh,
idea in my head.
yeah. Now it just don't came and went and disappeared. Like you don't even hear people talk about it no more. Really.
They did that before though. Bitcoin was around and then it disappeared, then it resurfaced during the
Oh yeah, I forgot
pandemic.
about Bitcoin. I forgot about that.
It resurfaced during the pandemic, and then all these other little ones started kind of like popping up out the blue. Um, I feel like it's going to be something eventually. Um, that's gonna come about. I feel like, honestly, I
Oh
don't
well,
know.
that's
I
I
don't
need to
know. I don't know
educate
how soon
myself.
it's gonna happen, but I do feel like that's gonna be something like a universal monetary bill. You know what
Okay.
I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense, right? Makes a lot of things easier.
Right. I guess I need to start educating myself on cryptocurrency.
Mm-hmm.
Or counterfeit money, one of the two.
Lord, you know
See,
what?
we cannot be encouraging people to make bad decisions.
Well, we
So
do every morning.
I know, right? I know. I called Tina early this morning and told her I woke up and chose violence. But so the last portion of current events. So if you guys weren't aware, last month, um, there was an or unprovoked murder that basically happened, and it rises to the question: is Airbnb safe to rent? So there's this young man who rented an Airbnb in San Jose, California, and he rented this Airbnb. He left out the Airbnb. He had crossed the street, and then the neighbor, the guy who lived next to the house that he had rented out, had saw the young man come out the house, and he went right over out, charged at this young man, went over there, had his gun out, started questioning him. The young man turned around and tried to run back to the house. He like, I don't know what the fuck going on. So he tried to run back to the house for safety. One shot, and the man had shot the man, and the man ended up dying. He shot him in the leg, broke his femur bone, and died. He died from the one shot in the leg, and he was charged with what was it? Why can't I remember what it was? I know I got it somewhere in my notes. He was charged with battery and something else. And when they had went to his name was damn it, what is his name? It's in my notes. It's somewhere in my notes. I just know his last name is Waters. Okay, Mark Waters. So Mark Waters, when they went and searched his home, they found 8 more handguns in his house. He had a black handgun in his hand when he shot the young man. He was charged with felony assault. And so he shot the young man, and then he tried to say that the reason why he shot the young man was because he thought he had a gun, which was just some headphones in his hand. And this makes this
Second
right,
degree murder.
yeah. So
Gotta
yeah,
be
and he
no
shot the
damn
young man.
assault.
Like the man had turned his back to him and started running back to his Airbnb that he rented. And so as he's running back to his Airbnb, this man shot him from the behind and killed him.
He wasn't a threat anymore, even if he did have a weapon.
Exactly. So it rises to question: is are Airbnb safe to rent, and should like the people who are renting out there, say rent out the home or whatever, should they let the neighbors know, the neighborhood, like, hey, I got guests coming to the house or whatever? Like, what do you think changes should happen? Should there be changes to it, or how can we make this safer if especially if people of color who are renting Airbnbs in what they would call nicer neighborhoods or mini mansions or wherever it may be in a suburban area? Like, how can we make it safer for people of color when they're renting these Airbnbs?
First of all, number one, I think people need to mind their motherfucking business. Number
True
one.
that.
Right? Number two, when I was online looking for Airbnbs, it looks like a number of larger cities are now requiring Airbnbs to get something called a short-term rental thing from the
Hmm.
state or the city or whatever it worked, like a license almost to rent it out.
Right.
So
That's another way for them to tax them.
it is, you know what I'm saying?
Mm, yeah.
I don't know if that's what you need. Like, say I put my home, if I start renting my home, if I have to go get the same type of thing, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, but just renting my home to a renter, like not like a short term turnover type of thing. So, um, do I feel like it's the neighborly thing to do? Really depends on how long you've been there. You know, some people ain't been there for a long time. Some people have been there for a long time. They decide they want to turn their house into like an Airbnb rental. I feel like it's great. Um, I like the idea of Airbnb rentals. I don't know. I mean,
But some
this,
people buy
this,
houses just to rent them out as Airbnbs. They don't necessarily even live in these houses, so
and
like
that's
the neighbors
fine.
might not even know who even lives in that house.
And that's fine. People buy property every day and put tenants in them without living in there.
Right.
So, I mean, you really can't, if somebody is purchasing their own, you can't really put limitations on what it is that they do. Now, they can get fined if whoever they putting in a house is causing a ruckus or tearing up or just like
Right.
any other neighbor or tenant. So
Hmm.
no, dude was just stupid and crazy. And it's unfortunate. Like if he had a problem, I don't know what, it's just so random. You know what I'm saying? Like are
I
you
guess.
mad because you live next to somebody that is renting out the Airbnb?
I guess he know. So he was saying that the kid looked suspicious leaving out the house, which the kid left right out the front door. I shouldn't say kid because he was an adult, but
Baby
he he
five.
he left right out the front door, and you wouldn't stalk this. You wouldn't stalked him and chased him down,
But
which is
how's
something
this
you can do.
assault and
Well,
not
all you
murder?
had to do was get on the phone. Was like, hey, somebody came out the house suspicious, blah blah blah, whatever. Even in that case, even if you would have called the police, that still could result in a black person getting killed, but which is sad. But
I don't understand how it's assault and not murder.
I 100% agree with you. I think so. I think at the time when the charges was first brought on, he was still alive, but I think he ended up
Okay.
dying from the injuries later. So I
Okay.
think now it
Bounce
might
up a little.
be he now might be getting charged with murder, and then he have to nurse say what he regret doing it and all this other kind of bullshit. He's pissed at himself for doing it. I
Whatever
mean,
you
your
did it.
fault.
Feel like this, he should have at least, if he didn't even have the neighbors' number or whatever have you. Because I mean, if you really think about, a lot of times we can live in a neighborhood like me. I deal with selective few, but
Right,
um, I feel like this. If you felt like there was something else going on, you should just call the police first and let them do their job. That's what
right,
we totally pay them for. But you can call the police and the same episode could happen. But it that way your nose will be clean, your hands will
right,
be fresh or whatever.
right. So, due to time, we got to head into hot topics, everybody.
Oh Lord.
What the
Our
fuck?
first hot topic. If everybody familiar with Share. So, her mother passed away yesterday at the age of 96 years old from a battle with pneumonia. I don't think Cher's mom has got as much plastic surgery as Cher, but Cher mom had looked good for 96 years old. But rest in peace, Georgia Cher. I don't know her last name, but rest in peace. Why
Isn't
you looking at
Cher's
me?
last name Cher? No, is that first name? No, that's
Which I think Cher's married to what's his name, Chad Sonny Bono or something like that. I don't know if she ever got remarried or just took his last name, but yeah.
mm.
Um, what else? I don't think it's much really for hot topics. Oh, the NBA is renaming the MVP award. So now instead of it just being the most valuable player, whatever, it's gonna be the Michael Jordan Award for most valuable player. They just put in Michael Jordan name on it.
Why?
I don't know. He's the guy. I guess he's known as the greatest player of all time. I don't think he has an award with his name on it in the NBA, so they have to find some type of way to put his name on an award that they get.
Stupid. It's stupid.
He's one of those. Y'all got to remember, he's one of those.
That's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, he is. Um, Aaron Carter mother went on a rant,
I bet.
and she basically got upset with Aaron Carter's fiance, Melanie,
Mm.
as she is accusing her with Aaron Carter's death. She was basically saying it was her fault. And then she was like, I was so shocked and that she would say these kind of things because just a few weeks ago or whatever before his death, she was just telling me how happy she is that I'm in his life and I helped him get his teeth fixed and I was helping him get back on the right track. I'm just so happy that you're part of my son's life. Like he's done a turn, I guess, like he's done a turnaround type stuff. And then for her to say this after he's passed away, she was like, we were talking about making plans for our grandson, who you haven't met yet, to come and spend time with you after Christmas. So it went from now we went from talking about having family time to you're responsible for my son's death. Like, what the fuck is going on? So, and then it was word that Aaron Carter's sister called Aaron Carter's fiance, to apologize to her, and that the post that the mother made was taken down. So it's almost like, is this just her way like grieving and she's trying to deal with his death,
I
or
feel like she got a lot going on with both of her kids, right?
what's going on? Oh yeah, I forgot about the thing with Nick Carter that we talked about on the last episode. Yeah, so there's the thing with Nick Carter going on with the whole sexual some assault that Chase he got going on. Which, because of that case, they pulled the Backstreet Boys is supposed to have a holiday special that's supposed to air like next
Yeah,
week, and they pulled the holiday special. And I
that's
know the rest of the
stupid.
band members are pissed off about that.
That's stupid. Because what the rest of the people do, the members.
Absolutely nothing. Because I guess since Nick is featured on it, they had to get pull it with the allegations and stuff. So it's yeah. Oh, why is everybody now theater disappearing? So yeah, it's just almost like, is this her way? And just, you know how they say, like, when somebody passes away that's close to somebody and they go through like the stages of grief or something like that. So is she just going through the stages, or do we think she need meds?
I mean, she's grieving. 100% she's grieving.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody goes through the stages of grief. Everybody's stages of grief are like different in time, you
Right.
know. But will she need meds? She might, you know. And will it be temporary or permanent? It depends. You know, she lost a child. I can imagine. I cannot imagine losing a child. I can't.
Right.
You know. So she's lashing out. So she probably somebody need to take time to sit her down and ask her if she's okay too. I don't know if
Right.
everybody has done that. You know, is she married to their father or anything like that?
I believe so.
Yeah, they need to get in and see somebody, a grief counselor.
Right.
You know, that's something wicked right there. You know, losing a child like that. And I think
Right.
the housekeeper found him or something, right?
I think so. It might was it that it's either the housekeeper or the fiance herself found them. I'm not really sure.
Yeah, that's
And
rough.
speaking of craziness in the world, because I gotta hurry up because we still got some TikTok videos to go through. Um, There was a bomb threat over a weekend. They got a concert shut down. If you not guys are not familiar with it, it was all over TMZ. So Patti LaBelle recently came here to Milwaukee, Wisconsin, and was to do a holiday show. And I guess she might only perform like one song, and somebody called in a bomb threat. One of my coworker theories, not mine, one of my coworker theories is that so the concert took place at the Riverside Theater, and he was saying that people of a certain racial group saw a bunch of niggas outside and called in a bomb threat to get the niggas out of the neighborhood.
It's a concert for Patti LaBelle, right?
Yes. And she's like 70 something years old. And I'm pretty sure a lot of 20 and 30-year-olds are not at this concert. Unless they had older parents who played this kind of music.
There's a lot of weird stuff going on in the city, ain't it?
Mm-hmm. But I can
That just
say
makes
one
no sense.
thing. Well, I can show y'all one thing that didn't get canceled. That was my video for Monday Night Raw last night, which is why I'm tired as hell. I don't even know how I'm still woke, but I'm tired as hell. So I had to play that video. But yeah, that's one thing that didn't get canceled.
Hmm.
All right.
This was a nice.
I didn't see you in the audience.
Yeah, I shouldn't have waited to the last minute to get my ticket. So I waited to the day of the show to buy a ticket. So then I went back and tried to buy the seats that I actually wanted. Yeah, they were sold. And then one of the sections a few weeks ago when I went on there and looked, one of the sections that I had wanted to buy to sit in, they had it completely blocked off where you couldn't buy the ticket. So then I went on the day of to buy the ticket. It was still blocked off. But then I show up there and it ain't blocked off and there's people sitting there. So I was like, okay, now I'm pissed because I could have had them seats right there. But whatever. So I'm gonna play this video for y'all. And because Tina has brought this kind of to my attention also, I'm gonna play this video and then we're gonna talk.
My ADHD is so bad that I put pizza rolls in the air fryer like 3 days ago, and I just remembered now.
Okay, so Saturday, Tina made also so Tina always would say that I show slight signs of having ADHD. She has said that to me before. So I didn't really pay attention to that to this past Saturday. I was downloading the audio clips for the audio version of the podcast and then editing out, like taking out this intro that y'all see on here on the video version. I put in a shorter intro for the audio version, and then I was uploading them online. So while I was doing all that, I was doing that, writing my book at the same time, and watching a video on YouTube. All
And that he don't do that ain't just the only time he did some mess like that.
what do you mean?
Mm.
Okay, so there are times
Mm.
where I will be on the phone with Tina,
Mm.
writing my book at the same time, while also playing Xbox.
And he tried to deny it.
Like, she's like, what you doing?
Book? Now you playing a game?
I changed what I'm doing so fast. Like, it's been time. Oh, Yeller would come in. He was like, I thought you was in here playing a game. I was like, I am. But then by the time he come back, which is probably like within an hour, he'd come back into the room and he'll be like, he'd see me sitting on my phone watching TikTok. So then he'd be like, but the game would still be going. So I'll be like, oh yeah. And I'd be like, oh yeah, the video game. And I start doing stuff on the video game to go back to watching TikTok videos. So then he'd come back, leave, and come back again. And now I'm watching YouTube on the TV, but TikTok videos on my phone at the same time.
You got a problem, sir.
I'm starting to think I do.
It's all right.
You know, I'm tired of you, though. I'm tired of you.
I ain't no better than you is.
Oh, so I do got a video from one of my favorite TikTokers. It's about his daughter again. She's a thug, so we're gonna show y'all this video.
So if you've been following along with this elementary school drama, this is the latest. School comes home today and she says, Daddy, I confronted Noah and Haven on the playground. I said, say less. What happened, baby? She said, well, basically Haven said she wasn't trying to get at Noah like that. She just thought Noah was cute, but really Haven wants to be my friend and she's not trying to come in the middle of what me and Noah have. I'm like, well, you and Noah don't have shit, so we can just move past that. I said, what did you say to Haven? She said, well, I told her she can be my friend. She just can't have my man. I was like, well, that's a little boy. You ain't got no damn man. I just make sure that we clear on all of that. I said, okay, what did you say? She's like, well, I told Noah I didn't appreciate him hugging on Haven. Noah apologized and then he asked me to marry him, but I told him I don't know if I'm ready for marriage. Well, we can go ahead and scratch that off the board because you are damn sure not getting married at 7. You may never get married unless it's to Jesus, and I don't mean Jesus. I said, so what did you do? She's like, well, I went over and got another little boy number named Jackson because if those two are going to try and play me, I'm going to play them. I don't know where this is going, but I'm interested.
I gotta make sure I go get the continuation of this story for the next show. Wait, the fact that she really had this other boy number don't kill me, and this is all in this at 7th grade recess. Like,
I mean, hey,
oh,
it is what it is.
oh, kids these days,
He's smart.
Okay, right. Oh. Oh Lord, let's get into this next video because when I saw that when he put at the top of the screen that somebody really asked this question, I was just blown away. So y'all, just watch this one.
Does an autopsy hurt? But does the autopsy hurt me? Is that what you're asking, or does it hurt the patient? It doesn't hurt me. I mean, I'm not injured. You might be injured, and that's why you need the autopsy. But I don't think it hurts. I mean, nobody's ever told me, ouch, stop, that hurts. I think it's pain-free. You don't feel it. It's one surgery that you don't want to have, but someday you might need it. But it doesn't hurt. No complaints.
Is he a medical examiner?
Mm-hmm.
Jesus Christ.
It really makes you think about how stupid people are.
He did. I said, I ain't never got no complaints.
Make you think like how dumb are people to ask these kind of questions? Oh, where is this world coming to? Okay. All right. Here we go.
I'm more focused on you telling us to take Trump serious. Like, Trump don't take Trump serious.
What?
Trump don't take himself serious. Bro, he announced it from the crib. He announced he running for president. He was upstairs in his drawers, and it was like, yeah, let me go downstairs real quick and do this president thing. Rick, he didn't even change his slogan. He's just doing this to get rid of all the old MAGA merch from last time, man.
Wait, what?
Hell, if he sell it all, he might drop out. I bought 3 boxes of MAGA hats for democracy. Plus, the other thing with this man, Trump, deep down, Trump know he can't beat DeSantis. He can't beat, look at DeSantis. Look at that man. Look at that man. Them some bad bitch boots right there. Trump could never. Trump can't beat that man. He got all the vote. He got the conservative vote up top. He got the gay vote down low. He ironclad. Look, DeSantis looks so good in them boots, Trump might try to grab him by the pussy. There's some nice boots.
I can't stand y'all.
What?
I cannot stand you. I cannot stand you. I
I'm
cannot
just
stand y'all.
saying. Okay, well, I got two more videos, and one of the videos is somebody spilling some tea about somebody who tried to comfort them for their daddy, but he ended up exposing somebody else. But I'm gonna play this other video instead for y'all. So here we go. This about this gay stuff.
Now, I'm admittedly a little bit behind in the times, but it just recently came to my attention that there's a non-insignificant number of right-wingers that have got their nuts all in a twist over drag queens reading to kids down at the library. Now, these folks will look at an image like this right here, and they'll say it is the downfall of Jesus Christ America, that these children's safety is at risk, and yet at the same time grew up with birthday parties like this. So now we're just getting down to semantics and splitting hairs, because when I see this right here, all I see is somebody wearing, frankly, an excessive amount of makeup and performing for children. And these people, they will look at this and they will go, how can we let our children around these kinds of people? And seemingly have no issue with this. Now, I feel like most of these right-wingers ain't ever met a drag queen before, but if they had, they would know that they are hilarious. They're very good at what they do, and most importantly, I've never felt threatened by a drag queen in my life. And I cannot say the same thing about clowns. So are y'all really worried about your kids' safety, or do you just not want them to know that gay people exist?
Clowns can't be scary.
And creepy, and most of the time they be look like pedophiles. Or probably be a
Yeah.
pedophile under there.
What was the most famous pedophile clown? Who was that?
It was a pedophile clown before.
Yeah, one. He was a mass murderer.
What?
What was his name? From Chicago. Yeah.
Oh man, theater, you old? Who was it? You old? Hell,
Was it
you old as dirt.
Gacy?
You should
Was
know.
it Gacy?
I don't know.
Let's see. John Wayne Gacy. Let's see here.
Oh,
Yeah.
that do sound about right. Yeah.
It was John Wayne Gacy. He murdered at least 33 young men. Yeah, he was gay, but he was married, and he was a clown. You don't remember that? They got a whole thing on
Tina, how old do you think I am?
They got it on Netflix right now.
You know
It's
I don't
called-
be watching. You
It's
know I
called the
don't watch
John Wayne
TV.
Gacy tapes.
You know I don't be watching no TV.
He was known as a killer clown.
Okay, I'm gonna force old Yeller to watch it with me one day.
Yeah.
See, old man theater didn't even know. He old as hell. He didn't even know.
You don't know who John Wayne Gacy is? He's from Chicago.
Theater said he from the country. He don't know. Well, Chicago is country as hell. I guess we should.
He killed he admitted to 33 deaths of men and boys.
That is crazy as hell.
Yeah. Yeah.
So before we get to run too long for this show, I'm gonna play this last clip and watch this young man drag somebody through the mud. Did I get snap right, y'all? Did I get snap right? Okay, I'm gonna play it.
Oh, players. So Christian Walker has been on a tirade since it was revealed that his daddy has children all over the world, honey. And baby, Christian is not letting up. Apparently, since Herschel can't get right, Walker lost the election. Members of the GQP have been trying to find someone to blame, and they are blaming Christian Walker. And Christian is not having that at all, honey. And y'all know Christian. He's got lots to say. So this conservative podcaster, Elijah Schaefer, decided he was going to come for Christian. He said, really thankful for Herschel Walker's son for helping Democrats secure another seat in the Senate. Nobody is better at electing Democrats than Republicans. Players. When Christian got a whiff of that tweet, he went straight for the clapback of the century, honey. Look, I know I'm a good storyteller, but we got to listen to Christian Walker tell this.
Earlier today, a political pundit blamed me for my dad losing his Senate race. So I exposed him for cheating on his wife. Elijah Schaefer wrote, really thankful for Herschel Walker's son for helping Democrats secure another seat in the Senate. Oh, you want to talk on my family business? Okay, let's get to yours. I quoted his tweet and simply said, I recommend you not come for me, or I'll have to tell your wife how you had relations with my friend at the Turning Point event in 2021 while you were married to her. I don't like cheaters. I followed it up with, this man was fired from his job for inappropriate behavior and also did my friend 4 times in one night at a conservative conference while he was married and my friend didn't know. Get your family life together before you speak on mine, adulterer. I can't stand hypocrites. Don't you ever come for me and my family when you can't even stay loyal to your wife. Get your home in order, Elijah. Elijah wants to act like he's some moral, high and mighty, better than everyone man. He was fired from his job for inappropriate behavior. And not even a year ago at a conservative conference, he did my friend 4 times in one night, unprotected, while he was married. Go get your family life and your morality together, adulterer.
Play. Now we see what Meathead Manny was talking about, honey. It's always something salacious going on at them Turning Point events. I declare, honey, what a disgrace. Now listen, we can say a lot of things about Christian Walker, but in this situation right here, he definitely did not lie. He wasn't lying on his daddy, Herschel Can't Get Right Walker. I'm not a Christian Walker fan. However, I'm here for the dragons, okay? I'm always here for a good dragon. And like I said, Christian didn't lie. Baby, Elijah had to turn his comments off on his tweets. He said shit else all day.
I like it when she tells stories.
That's that motherfucking yeah. Oh God, you got caught cheating. You need to people need to watch who they say stuff to on the intro that'll talk about people. So just let y'all know if I was talking bad about y'all, one of y'all celebrities, y'all find out about this. I'm poor. Don't I ain't got enough for y'all to talk about but me being poor. So yeah, don't drag me through the mud like that. I'm just only doing my job. I call myself the male version of Wendy Williams. It's my job to be in everybody's business. So don't be mad at me. Don't be mad at me, y'all. Sometimes just some of my fussing is just for entertainment. But anyways, let's take it to final thoughts. Who want to kick off final thoughts? Anybody want to kick off final thoughts?
I usually go first.
Oh.
Not you said, oh, and ain't nobody saying nothing. You know what? I'm
Oh, well, I thought you were about
on
to
this
start then.
podcast.
You was like, I normally do the podcast first. I'm like, okay, well, oh. Then I wait for you to say something, then you didn't say nothing. So I'm trying to figure out. See, right now you're talking about some, oh.
Not it. 1, 2, 3, not it. 1, 2, 3, not it.
Oh, I don't think Old Man Theater gonna do a final thought because he act like he working real hard. So
1, 2, 3, not it.
So I guess I'll kick off final thought there. So my final thought is people should stop being pussies in the workplace. I still gotta fill Tina in on what happened in Old Man Theater. I gotta fill them in right as soon as we dump this broadcast. Maybe Saturday I recorded about what happened on it. No, that then it end up on the exclusive content coming soon. But yes, people should stop being pussies in the workplace. If you Men Theater said earlier in the show, if y'all see somebody having a mental health crisis or look like they just need somebody to talk to, don't be afraid to talk to people because sometimes people just need somebody to listen. Some people don't know where to go and get resources at to talk to people sometimes. And if you really want you a good doctor who actually cares, those people are expensive and people can't afford that shit. So make sure y'all know y'all see somebody who look like they need somebody to just listen to them. Just listen. You know, sometimes Brody, he just needs somebody to listen to him. So we listen. We already know that it's gonna be off the wall, but we listen. And we need to start learning how to take care of one another better.
Okay, I'm impressed. I mean, I like that. I like that. Final thought for me. I do agree. People need to stop being wimpy. But you know, they ain't never gonna change. Yeah, I guess I really don't have any final thought because I just kind of speak throughout the entire thing. I just kind of just make my way in the conversation when needed. That's my final.
Oh.
My
You be so unenthused with my final thoughts. I don't like that.
Oh, well,
I'm,
Merry Christmas.
my final thought is, yeah, punk motherfuckers should stop being so much as pussies in the
Dang,
workplace
what are y'all talking about?
and grow up and be real about it and stop running behind people back or whatever. Have I hope my HR woman didn't hear me swear like that, but stuff like that just pisses me off. It's too messy in the workplace, and then again, you going against your own for what? Because you're not making yourself look no better either, and you're losing the people that would normally hang around you or whatever have you, run around here like a dude with a skirt on, and you need to just stop it. Grow up, be a man at your age, and move on. I mean, if it's not affecting you or your job, leave it alone. Leave it
Mm-hmm.
alone. Enough is enough.
Right.
You know, that's why so many people run around here getting, and I hate to say it like this on the podcast, getting popped or come up missing because you run around here trying to do too much. And people, Montreal,
Uh-oh,
I
theater.
myself and others broadcast. You're not going to work to just really have friends. You're going to work to make a living and to be able to support yourself. Enough is enough. Stop trying to score brownie points. That's all people be trying to do, trying to score too many brownie points, and it really ain't making you. Your job is not there forever either. So
Right.
some people, the more you snitch, that lets them know where they stand at with you, so you could be getting your own self messed up. That's my
Right.
final thought. Stop being a bitch and just be yourself and do your job and keep the fuck on.
Right. Hey, Kenneth, how you doing? You just caught the very tail end of the show, but thanks for tuning in. Make sure you share this and tell your friends about us, about the podcast. Kenneth, thank you so much for the support. Um, so yeah, with that being said, thank y'all for tuning into this episode of St. Catherine for Day podcast. Make sure y'all tune in on Thursday. And I don't know what's going to be on the show for Thursday, but make sure y'all tune in for that. Don't forget to head over to habits365.com. Use code Anthony40 to receive 20% off your purchase. And don't forget to head over to restaurants.com and use code Mark1 to receive 5% off your purchase. It's our final 10% one day too, but thank y'all for tuning into this episode of St. Catherine for Day podcast. And we'll
Deuce
see you on
it.
the next episode.